Hey guys, welcome back to Medieval Dynasty The Oxbow map. This is going to be episode 16. Before we get started today, as always, I would just like to say thank you guys so much for your continued support here on the videos. It really does mean everything. If you find yourselves liking this video, you could do me a huge favor. Go ahead and hit that like button and consider subscribing as well. We also have our own Discord. Everybody is, of course, welcome to join that. The link for that is going to be in the description down below. Alright guys, so in the last episode, we got our tavern, and we got it put up, we got some tables placed, and I did some off-camera decorating, and I do want to show that to you guys. But before we go over there, I wanted to come over here, because I had done some stuff around here that I don't remember showing. So I just wanted to come over here really quick and show you guys what we had going on. So originally we had these three houses here, and these houses are for, I believe, the workers that work on the farm here. I think these two are barn workers actually, and this person's house, okay, so this lady works at the farm shed that's located on our ranch. And for the longest time, there was nothing really going on over here. I mean, we had nothing over here. And their houses do still need some sprucing up, but I started to do stuff. Like I put some planters over here for this person. I'm not really sure what else I want to do for their yards to help things look a little nicer, but, you know, I'll get to that eventually. I did go over here and I added another little, like, fishing type area. I made the mistake of filling this bucket all the way. I did put some raw fish meat in there. I wanted to fill it maybe halfway to make it look like, I don't know, that it was getting washed, maybe? I don't know. But it ended up, yeah, I ended up filling it all the way. So you can only see it if you come over. But it is what it is. I put a stool down to make it seem like maybe somebody was like cutting them up and then washing it and, you know, pointless things that nobody in the game will ever use. But it is what it is. It's the thought that counts, right? Okay, so next to that, I did still manage to squeeze in a laundry area. So we managed to get the wash tub. Now, here's the thing is what would be really cool is if your people actually came and used these things. I don't believe that they do. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe they do. I don't think I've ever seen anybody outside of one of the developer-created villages using these. I could be wrong. It would be even cooler if, like, even we could just interact with it, you know? But, like, because when you go to play some of this stuff, it shows you, like, a silhouette of a person, like, standing there. And that's it. Like, it's not like I ever see anybody coming over here to, like, hang laundry. I never see anybody coming over here to use this. I've never even seen our people using wash tubs. And I know, like, that's not, like, you know, we don't need that, but it would be nice. It would really be nice. But anyway, yeah, so we have a little bit of a laundry area going on here, and I did also put a table down and just some linen fabric and some wool fabric to kind of make it look like stuff has been folded. I was contemplating on maybe making some shirts to see how they end up, like, looking on there. But for now, I'm going to leave it at that. I'd have to go and unlock them at the sewing hut, and I didn't want to take the time to do that just yet. Anyway, this house here is for, we don't have them yet, but this house here is going to be for our builder. I did completely forget that we needed a builder, and the building hut is kind of like a tier 1 type thing. So I decided we need to squeeze it into the lower district. So that's what I did. I put the building hut right next to it, and I also took the time, yes, this took a long time, but I took the time to make it look like they've got a stockpile of resources over here. Everything here was dropped individually. You can see I kind of gave up on sticks. There's probably well over 100 sticks in there. Maybe even 2 or 3, I don't know. But I gave up on the sticks. I could not fill the sticks no matter how hard I tried. I was just like, no, this isn't going to work. Anyway, so we got sticks, we got stone, we got straw, we got planks, obviously logs. This right here is a bucket of fertilizer, but the reason for that is I wanted it to look like daub. I tried dropping daub, and it's very small. Like, it's, I don't know, like the size of an onion, and that just was not going to work. So I was like, you know what, maybe let's drop fertilizer, and, you know, without going up to it and, like, seeing that it's fertilizer, I figure it could be daub. It could as good as be daub. So that's what that's there for. This over here is just another area I threw some more decorations down in. It doesn't really serve any purposes. I have witnessed people come and use these chairs though. But other than that, just kind of here. And I did finally get the chance to check out some of the other trellises. And this one actually, I was worried that it wouldn't fit here, but it actually doesn't look too bad. So I think I'm going to leave it here. I like that. Okay, moving on. So the next thing that I did was, this is our pig farmer, and I thought that his house looked incredibly empty, and I needed to do something to it. So I put some haystacks down, some stools and some sacks, and these compost bins I actually put down because I wanted to fill them with manure. I didn't realize it, but if you open these and actually put fertilizer in them, it fills them. And I didn't know that at first, which is why I took the time to drop a whole bunch of manure into a compost bin here for this guy. But, you know, I'm going to leave the manure there. I think it actually helps. I don't know. I think it looks good. I did manage to get it to somewhat lay flat. So it's kind of, I mean, you can see that they have a flat side to them. And there were a couple of them in there that were like landing upside down. But I did manage to get it, for the most part, you know, flat and facing the right way, and as you know, from a distance, I think it looks fine. I think that it came out okay. You know, not a big deal. Let's see. So what else did I manage to get done? I did manage. Let me come in here to the ranch really quickly. So I mostly was just trying to place them down so that we could see how much room we have to work with. I did finally unlock the fold and the cowshed. And I placed them down. I got their framing up. I didn't go any further than that because I didn't want that to be a project right now. I figured that, you know, I'm not in a position to even get those animals, but I wanted to have a place for them. I did manage to squeeze them in down here, and I was able to build a fence so that they have a decent sized pasture to work with. Albeit this is going to be a sucky pasture. I sure would not want to live here. But, I mean, it's like the only place I really had for them. So that's kind of where we're at with that. If we come further over here next to the barn, I was able to squeeze another house in here, which I definitely want to take the time to, I guess, beautify. I really want to do something with this area. I will figure it out. But I don't like, you know, like, I think I've said it before, but like these foundations, while this is a super cool system that the game does, I don't like the look of these. Like, I think that they just look too blah underneath. Like, I really hate that you've just got this, you know, bulky object sitting on top of, like, basically nothing. And I don't know, it just looks ugly, in my opinion. So I will try to do something to beautify that area. But anyway, there is a farmer there, and she is going to work our hen house. I don't know if I have her set there so far. Oh, you know what? This might actually be her coming now. We don't obviously have any chickens yet, but I mean, we're going to get them. For sure, going to get them. Let me see. Is this her? Probably. Yeah. Okay. So she is going to be our hen keeper when we finally get them. I want to wait on getting any more animals until springtime has come around because I want to make it through the winter with the people that we have, and then, you know, we'll see from there. Moving on to the middle district, you guys saw in the last episode that I had placed the tavern. I did go ahead and take some time to do some decorating. I did go all the way over to Piastovia, and I bought one of every kind of food item and jug and like clay, whatever, anything that I could from the guy over there, so that I could decorate these areas. So I will show you guys. Now, I did also go over, I want to say it was last episode, that we went over WeMod, I believe. But anyway, I used WeMod to get myself, you know, the 1,000 or whatever was going to be necessary to just do basic decorating. Once again, it's only for decorative purposes. I'm only using it to decorate. You know, at the end of the day, I'm just going to probably drop them over in the storage area, and it's not like my people are ever going to benefit from that, other than their tavern looks better. I haven't done anything over here yet. I do kind of want to set this up to be like a little storage area. I also added another seating area over here. I have not decorated that table, nor have I decorated the tables in here quite yet, which also brings me to something else I wanted to mention. You guys were kind enough to give me your input at the end of the last episode there about the tables in here, and I agree. I think we're probably going to leave things the way that they are. I think they actually came out looking pretty nice, and I do like these diagonal cloths here in the tavern. For some reason, they just look nice like that. It just kind of spruces the place up. I think it would be really cool if we could do even more decorating, but you can't. Like, why can I put windows in the houses but not in any of these things? You know what I mean? Like, you can't do it with any of the, like, production buildings. And I think that that's kind of a shame. I think that it would be really cool if they made it so that we could decorate some of these too, you know? It might be something coming in a future update. That's completely possible as well. It's probably not high on their priority list, and I'm okay with that. I totally understand. Moving on over here by the herbalist's hut, I went ahead and threw some decor down here as well. Gave them a basket of mushrooms, and I tried to go with one of the bigger kinds of mushrooms, but I also wanted it to stand out. So we went and we used the fly agaric mushroom. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but yes, we went ahead and we used those. I like to call them Mario mushrooms because that's kind of what they look like. And I was able to get a little herb garden in. This took way longer than I wanted it to, but I was finally able to get it lined up so that they kind of look like planters. This, I believe, is daisies? Yes, daisies. So I'm really hopeful that come springtime, this is going to look just gorgeous. But we have these 3 rows in here. I didn't particularly pick any, like an herb for a specific reason. I just kind of went with what looked good. So we've got chicory, we've got henbane, and then that row is daisies. And back here, I went and I added St. John's wort. This one was kind of an awkward area. It was awkwardly shaped. I did manage to squeeze a big planter in here, but of course, you know, it's from a distance it looks a lot better than when you get close to it and you realize that stuff is kind of just weird. But anyway, that's done. Now, one thing that we do have to keep in mind is we don't have anybody for the Middle District. Oh, you know what? That is incorrect. We have a single person for the Middle District. Let me come over and show you. It's probably this guy right here. I managed to, also really quick, this is going to be the cook's house, and I finished decorating our cook's, you know, like front area here to make it look like they've just, you know, got a bunch of food and stuff out here. I know that that's probably not very, like, realistic, like nobody would just have all this food outside their house, but, you know, it really helps add to the aesthetic, and it just looks fantastic. I did also start to decorate their backyard because I noticed, like, you know, we have these backyards, they look really empty and really bland. I just don't know what else to do with them. I really don't. And honestly, they can't even get to this backyard unless I knock out like one of these fences, because to get to this backyard, you've got to come like from over here. And this is going to be our innkeeper, and I also have to decorate this yard as well. But we don't have an innkeeper yet, so I haven't worried about it. Now, the one person that we do have for the Middle District is a fisherman. I managed to squeeze a fishing hut in here, and the reason for that is because although our fishermen over in the, you know, lower district are doing just fine, my hope is that we can get enough fish produced so that the cook at our kitchen one can just make roasted fish meat to sustain the community. And then what I want to do is I want our hunters and the regular meat that they collect to be used for this kitchen over here, where our cook is going to make like actual dishes with it. And then those actual dishes are going to get sold at the market. That's my plan anyway. So I went and I found a survivalist, and I got me another fisherman. Now that does mean that I'm going to have to go through my blacksmith and make sure that he is producing enough fishing spears, but I can do that off camera. So the first thing, I mean, and I say first thing because, like, you know, it's already halfway through the episode, but the next thing that I want to do is I want to skip the season. I want to skip the season. We are done with fall. I want to go ahead and get into winter so that we can actually get more people, because I have gone through my entire map and there's nobody left for me to claim. So, I do have to figure out. I have a long fur hood somewhere. Oh, my Lanta. And now I don't remember where it's been left because I don't even remember which houses I've lived in. I think I lived in the Woodshed 1 house. And I do believe I've lived over here in this farmhouse. So we're going to come over here and check this one and just see, hopefully. Okay, this is where all my stuff is. So we're going to go ahead and take all of this stuff. And eventually, you know, I'll find a home for all that. But my big goal right now is going to be to put this fur hood on. I think we're going to put the straw hat away for the winter. And we're going to skip the season and we're going to see how it goes. We're going to start, I think what I want to do after I skip the season is go and start the upper district. So let's come through here really quick. I don't believe we need all these bows. Bronze knife. I'll go ahead and put that away for right now. 37 copper arrows. Okay, well, I don't actually have any bows then. So let's put the arrows away for right now. We have a copper knife. Stone arrows. We'll go ahead and put those away. And it looks like the rest of it is good. We're going to put the straw hat away. Everything else we're going to hold on to. And I'm not going to put any of that other stuff away. Oh, wait a minute. Actually, do we have... Yeah, so the dice set, the dried figs, put all that away. And do we have anything else? It doesn't look like it. The rest of this stuff we need for decorating. Okay, so now let's go ahead. Let's put our long fur hood on. And let's sleep for this. Oh, you know what? I never went through and close. I can do that off camera. I will go ahead and close everybody's windows. Because I usually like to do that before I skip to winter. But it's not that big of a deal. I think that, honestly, I don't think it even makes a difference. I could be wrong, but I don't think these shutters being open determines, like, if they have extra heat or not. I really think it's 100% just, like, decorative. But anyway, I can still go ahead and I will do that off camera. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, does the game do it for you? No. Okay. So some of those houses I just did not. Either that or it's because nobody lives in... Wait a minute. No. I definitely had a lot of these open. Okay. I'm really confused as to how this works. But, I will go ahead and close that. Yeah, I definitely had these open, right? Like, didn't I? No, I'm confused. Now I'm not even sure. Okay, well, anyway, let's come down here to the upper district. We still have to finish the resource storage. I placed that like 2 or 3 episodes ago and never actually continued building it. So we're going to go over here and we're going to finish this off to start with. And then we're going to finish figuring out the rest of the upper district. I don't want to go crazy with people for up here. Mostly because we don't have a lot of space to work with, and I have specific things I really want in the upper district. Like, one of the biggest ones is going to be horse pasture. I really want, like, a ranch for horses because, like, that's just, we need horses, and the upper district just seems like the best place for them. Okay, there is our resource storage level 3 done. I love it. Okay, so yes, I wanted to have, like, a horse pasture, and I was thinking it could be over here next to these mining guys, like right here in this area. But the problem with that is it's going to take up a lot of room, potentially. And then the other thing I really wanted for the upper district is to have like a plaza, potentially a plaza for market stalls or just a nice plaza to be like a little like community, park, kind of. Like, I really wanted something like that. The only problem is I also wanted to get, like, residents, and obviously, like, we're going to need miners, so we're going to need houses for miners. We're going to need houses for any of our craftspeople. So if we come through here, not houses, production, we're going to need at least a workshop level 3, a smithy level 3, and a sewing hut level 3. Okay, so we need at least those and houses for their workers. Oh, and then we need a horse stable. We also need the park we're going to have to work on, and potentially, food storage 3. We're going to need a place for a food storage 3 as well. Yikes. Okay, so I think the easiest thing to start with is probably a house, like houses for the miners. I don't think we're going to fit a house in right here, although we can try really quick. Yeah, like I didn't think so. Yeah, I didn't think so, but we can try fitting some houses in for the miners. Now, how do we want to do this, though? Do we want them to just kind of like... Ugh, okay, hold on a second. So if we go like directly west and we put this over just like as far as we can. Let me see here. So we're going to make sure that you're facing exactly west. Let's go ahead and grab another one and come over with it. Ugh. And do I want them to be like as close as possible, or... Because we could probably get a total of 4 houses in if I squeeze them together. Maybe. Maybe not, though. Oh, whoa. Why won't this go? Is it because of the road? Is the road there? Okay, well, let's just assume that that's because of the road for now. And let's go ahead and grab another house. We could potentially get 4 houses in. Let's try really quickly to see if we can get 4 houses in. I don't like them being this close to each other in the upper district. No. Okay. All right, good to know. We cannot get 4 houses in. We are only going to get 3. Okay, well, now let me make sure that we're facing the right way, and let me make sure that we're lined up with the other house as best as we can be. And then we'll try and place this in the center as best we can. Okay. And somehow that's back a little bit further. Okay, I don't know how that managed to happen. It looked lined up. Okay, so maybe we come a little closer and we do that. You know what? Let's line up maybe like right there. Okay. So then now if we come over... Oh no, but now I can't see. YOLO. Oh, I mean, that's not horrible. I think that it's a little bit closer to this one, but that doesn't look too bad. Now, how is it lined up? Oh, yeah, we're much better. Much better. I don't think it's perfect. It does kind of look like it's still sitting back a little bit, but I think it's a lot better than it was. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go through and at least get the framing up, because we know that we want these houses right here. Okay, perfect. Now, the next thing I want is I don't know that I really... This is really tough because I wanted people in the upper district to have backyards. But I don't think it's going to make a lot of sense for these guys to have a backyard. So, what if we were to... Oh, you're kidding. I don't even have a palisade? Well, I really wanted to put a palisade in. Along the back of these houses. So, okay, what's really strange is... let me just... Okay, so that is the... Alright, well, it wouldn't let me get any closer than that for some reason. I don't know what's going on there, but... Okay, so, what I want to do then is I want to get a palisade as close to these houses as I can get, just to kind of separate the miners from the craftsmen, because that's kind of what's going to be over here. Is, I don't know if we're going to put houses over here. I think we might put... Ooh, I don't know. I don't know if we should put the park and the market over here. Like, is this space big enough for both? Because that would take care of a lot of my problems. Like... But then, like, where do we put... Yeah, because we'd have to have houses and... Oh, my Lanta... Okay. So, I mean, I guess we could do that. Really quick, let's actually put in... Let's put in our, production. Let's put the production people in, like the places for them. So, this is going to be our Tier 3 workshop. Now, the one thing I'm not concerned about for these production buildings is them having backyards. I could care less about that. So, we're going to do this up against the fence here so that we don't actually have to worry about that. Alright, Smithy. And we could put you guys pretty dang close to one another. But I do want the smithy back farther. I just want as much room as I can to work with. Oh, but you know what? If I go that close, then roofs are probably going to be like colliding after it's built. Ooh, okay, we'll go there, and then we're going to get the seamstress in, and then probably we'll be able to get... how do I rotate you? E, right? Yes, okay. And then we'll probably actually be able to get a house over here as well. Again, that roof kind of overhangs quite a bit, so we're going to give it a little bit of room. Okay. That's not too bad. That is not too bad. So let's go ahead and get the framing done. And smithy. Oh, you know what? Do we want... This is pushed back far enough that we could get away with putting... Oh, no. Oh. Well, that stinks. I would want it... If I were going to put a field in, I would want it to be like... Oh, wait a minute. Where does that sit? No. That sits over too much. I don't like it. I don't like it. Oh, my hammer broke. Okay, let's go ahead and make a new hammer. And I do see that it's coming up on the end of the episode, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and finish this off here. Get the framing up for these buildings. Very nice, very nice. And do we want to try and get... I mean, we could. I honestly think we could fit a house in here. We might even be able to fit a simple house. Now, the only downside with this is... no, first of all, we're not fitting... Or unless we went this way with it. We could probably fit a house in here. And then it would have to go, like, over a little bit. But I would want it to, like, line up with the road, I think. Uh-oh. Timeout. Ugh. Okay, there we go. Alright, I'm not going to build it, but I am going to place it for right now. Okay. So then, I'm thinking what we could do is we could just have a road that comes from this house. Just kind of line it up there in the center as best we can. Okay, and then we'll just come straight back with it. And line it up with our road. Okay, very nice. And then, obviously, we will have to put, you know, some paths in. Ah, see, that's what I was afraid of. I was afraid of, like, the roofs colliding with one another. I mean, that doesn't look, like, really bad, though, does it? Like, I feel like... Ugh. I hope that we can... You know what would be really cool here, actually? Hold on a second. Let's get this road in really quick. Okay, that's not like perfectly centered, but it's okay. And then I was thinking, how cool would it be? No, not plank gates, log gates. How cool would it be to put one of these in here? Right next to, like, the blacksmith shop. Would that look really stupid? I would want to push it back just a tad. Okay. I mean, I don't know how dumb that's going to look. It might be better if we didn't do the roofed one. Because then I was thinking what we can do is we can take... see, the plank fence is really, really, really high. And honestly, like, this plank fence, in my opinion, is pretty ugly. But even if we took... Oh, they changed it. Oh, it looks different. Oh my, what in the heck? Okay, it's not as ugly as it used to be, but that's still such a big fence. But anyway, my thought process was going to be we put the plank fence in and have this entryway be like, you know, what leads into... Uh-oh. Okay, my apologies, guys. That was my timer going off. But anyway, let me finish what I was saying. Yeah, so my thought process was we could have an entryway that leads into that. I don't know if that's overkill. I don't know if having it with just the roof one is overkill. But I don't know. I'll mess with it around, like, I'll mess around with it, excuse me, off camera. And, yeah, we'll see what it looks like in the next episode. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and call it here. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. I really hope everybody has a fantastic rest of the day. I hope to see everybody come back for the next episode. And until then, bye, guys.